Good. Jürgen, can I first of all please get your reaction to the news that Manchester City have confirmed Pep Guardiola will take over as manager in the summer? And what advice do you have for him?
No advice. I think it's a long trip for him to go. At Bayern, enough to do, enough work to do. So, but of course, when he's here, then very warm welcome. Like I had it when I came here. So it's for sure one of the best managers in the world, no doubt about this. He had two big clubs where he worked at, and now he will do his job at Man City. If it's like this, okay. So I'm not sure always. I'm not. Yeah, the hen, both clubs. Okay, so yeah, okay, that's enough, I think. So yeah, then Man City has another manager. That's all.
Well, as it's transfer deadline day as well, I have to ask you: are there likely to be any outgoings and any possible incomings still?
I'm not sure what's better for you, for your work. Which answer? So I can say maybe something happens, or I can say the truth. What do you want to hear? I heard about the live here from the yeah, that's cool. So maybe something happened, but I don't believe that. So you can finish work for the day. So that's I'm not sure on the outgoing side. Not 100% sure, but I don't think that something will happen on the other side. That's the situation.
Given then that you're 8 points off the top four, 13 points off Leicester, how capable is the squad that you have here of still maybe challenging for those top four positions?
I don't think that we should think too much about it. There are really important games in the Premier League. Well, we have only important games, but especially now in the Premier League with away game at Leicester, with Sunderland and Aston Villa. So I think these three games give a little sign where we can go in this season. But even after these games, it's not over. So, but of course we are. I think we showed a row of more than okay performances, so that you can say there a little bit more consistency in, even when we had a few changes or a lot of changes. So and that's what we have to bring now on the pitch all time, and that we really can fight for results, for the right results. We all know about the quality, especially now because it's the next opponent of Leicester, and their clear idea of their game, of their clear style. And that's difficult to play, how most of the teams in the Premier League felt when they met them. And so, but we will prepare, of course, because we know about it. So you know where you have to defend, you know which balls you have to defend. You cannot press Kasper Schmeichel. So he will have a few free balls, and then you have to fight for the second ones. That's for sure, and use the space. So that's it. But top four, it should be always a target, and so it is a target. But at the end, it's not that I can say I think we'll go there or I don't go. I don't think we go there. That would something change. Only our performances will have influence on the situation, and that's what we should be concentrated in, and that's what we try to do.
Taking one from Chris.
Yeah, can you just have an update on the injury situation? I'm just thinking about a couple of the long-term ones at Coutinho and Alexis Skrtel. Any closer to coming back?
Yeah, closer, of course. So they are close to return to training. Martin needs a little, I think 2 or 3 days more time. Devok and Phil and maybe and Daniel should return to training. I think Daniel. What's today? Monday. Daniel on Wednesday, and the other two guys on Thursday. So that's the plan. And Martin, I think, at the weekend. So these are our transfers. 4 new players for LFC, and yeah, that change is good for us, of course. Anything else? No, the real long-term injuries, nothing changed. No.
Just in terms of yourself, I suppose, I think you've had about 1,000 games in the space of a fortnight or something since you arrived here. Have you had time to settle in? Do you feel that you're settled in now?
Yeah, absolutely. First thing, now I understand television without subtitle. That's a good thing. So, and so everything gets better and better. I know much more about the people. So it's the competition. I heard about we are the team in Europe who has had and has the most competitive games in this I think in this season. So it's really intensive. That's no doubt about it. But I think, in my opinion, it's a sign of our desire that we really. Yes, it's obviously we couldn't play always our best football, but we were always fighting for results, and that's important. So we are still in all competitions, and that's why we have the big number of games. The games are the best chance to settle in, because you learn much more about your team and about the club, of course, about everybody when you play games, and so reaction on results and things like this. So that's important. Because, how I said, we think it's a long-term partnership, and so we have to collect as much information as possible, and that's what we did until now. So for me, everything is okay. How I said a few days before, with 5 points more, I could not bring my arms down. Yeah, so good is it here? But no, we have the situation in which we are, so that's okay. We can do better, we have to do better, and there are enough games to play.
And I know if you are getting more games, it means that you're winning games because you're progressing further in competitions. But if you win the replay, when you play the next round, it would be the same number of games played than Liverpool had when they finished second in the league, and you've still got quite a way to go. So in some ways, is that hindering things because of that?
I told a few of your colleagues a few days ago, I'm not here to complain about a fixture. I said a few facts a few weeks ago, and it's all about misunderstanding. It's always Klopp says this, Klopp says that, and I'm not here to complain about. I didn't know, to be honest, about a few games we had since I'm here, but about the really full schedule and the number of games we will play. So everything is okay. The only problem what we had, but I hope it gets better now, is that we had a few injuries and a lot of games, and that didn't fit too good, to be honest. So to develop as quick as we wanted. So, and that's all. And so sometimes, how I said, I say the truth, and then it means that a few people thought I would complain or moan about this, and that's not what I wanted. I only said it. Yeah, it's not too easy. Yeah? It's not too easy. So play tomorrow again and then play. That's how it is. We all love football. We all want to play, but sometimes for sure you need a little time to rest and for training especially, and that's what we don't have. So we try to do it as good as possible. And I think we make steps, and I like, that's what I said, I like really the character of the boys, because I've never heard one sentence, one word about too much training, because we don't have too much training, of course, but even we don't make too often off because we have no time. But we could say, come on, stay at home and train by yourself. We didn't do this until now, and they are all really, yeah, they are all real professionals, and that's a good. That's our good news for all LFC supporters, because you need this character to develop, and we want to develop. So all step we can do now, it's good for the future.
Yeah, and even after the thrill of the late goal that got you the victory at Norwich, you were quick to point out after the game that Liverpool's defending was pretty horrendous on the day. Since then, 2 clean sheets, both against Premier League opposition. albeit in cup competitions and with different back fours. But is that a signal that maybe what you want from the players they're beginning to understand?
I would like to say, yes, we finished this, and now we are perfect in a clean sheet from now on. But of course not like this. But it was really different. What we did, you would call it bad defending, whatever. So, or what was the word? Horrible. Yeah. Okay. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. We got all the goals after set plays, not the first ball after set play, but the second ball after set play most of the time. So in a situation, we was, it's things like this happen. So you defend the first ball better, and then you got the second ball. So that's because you don't feel confident. So we spoke about it. We thought about again changing formation. We couldn't do it in the game against Stoke, because it was not enough time between the games. We had no session. We didn't want to do it for the game against West Ham, because it was a complete different team. And this team, most of the players, when they played last time together, we defended in a mixture of space and man defending formation, and that's the problem. So, but what we said after the game, first of all, I forgot what for the word. Our behavior in the situation, what we are doing in the situation, our attitude in the situation, our movements in the situation, our desire in the situation. That's what we have to change. It's not a break. And in the last two games we changed it. Or they all were really concentrated in these situations, because it was clear we can defend them better. Most of the time in our life we defended set plays better. So now hopefully we don't have to speak about this anymore. But it was not bad defending. If you watch statistics in games against us, it's not too easy to create chances against us. It was only too easy around set plays, but it's not like this that that they can play us out of the stadium. It's not that, and that's important. And so if we can keep this in our style and take the other part of defending set plays within, then it's I think it's a much better chance to win games.
Leicester look to be staying the distance, no sign of cracking. They've lost 2 games. Very uncomplicated way of playing football, and everybody talks about Mahrez and Vardy going forward, but their defence is very solid, isn't it? And Kante in front of the back four can really, he senses danger really well for them. Yeah,
it's a perfect tuned team. To be honest, it's not. We could speak about everybody in this team, but of course, it's like the football world is, that we all talk about Mahrez and Vardy. But you have to, if you want to talk about them, you have to speak about Kante for sure. You have to speak about Drinkwater. You have to speak about Christian Fuchs with his set plays, with his throw-ins. They're the defenders, and Kasper Schmeichel. I think at the end of the season he would have shot the ball 2,000 kilometers one time to the moon and back. So it's that's it. And but they really do well, and they stay really in the race, and they are concentrated, they are focused. They had a few, not too much, but a few downs, and but they always throw back, and that's really impressive. But at the end, I can easily praise their way, because it's obviously great what they are doing, and I think I did it before the last game, but of course now we play against them, and it's not. We are not the first supporters club of Leicester, so we go there and want to challenge them. We want to make our situation better, and for this we need the points, of course. And we did it at home. It was another time, though. We had, I think, since Leicester had a few days off after what was the last game, the 3-0? Last game of Leicester? Come on. Jürgen is department. Okay. So they had a few days off, and we had 3 games. So that's a big difference, but so we could rest a lot of players on Saturday. So we will be prepared for this game. But it's a intensive game for sure, because you have really, it's not it's not only these long balls, it's counter-attacking football at its best. It's really, really good, and they have all, it's a clear plan what they have. But the good thing with the clear plan is you know about it, so they won't change a lot. But all the other teams knew about it too, and they couldn't avoid their strength about 95 minutes. So we will try everything, and for us, hopefully, yeah, it will work.
Jürgen, fans may be particularly impressed with the way that Joe Allen's been playing recently. Is he a good example maybe to other players about how to take your chance in the team when given your opportunity in the first team?
For me, Joe Allen was always a first-team player. I don't know how it's hopefully not a misunderstanding. So he was not in the lineup a few times. That's true. But I can go a few months back. It's when I came here, he was not here, of course, the national team. Before this, he was injured. He was not at 100% fit. Smaller things, bigger things, sometimes a little bit ill, but no doubt about quality, but not at 100% not 100% in shape. But normally, it's not physically and not on the football side, and now he is. So that's the best news we have. It's the next transfer for us. So it's really good to see. I like his style. He's very important for us. So we have these. Now not a new player, but now he shows what he's able to do, and everybody knows knew it better than I did. But I see it, and it's really good to have him here. So I wouldn't say it's a good possibility to show how it is when you come in. Now, he was always in, but he was not fit enough in the moment. That's maybe the player see this sometimes different. That's nature of human beings. That's no problem. But now I think we both agree he is in really good shape.
Yeah, we left the Bundesliga to come to England. We've got Guardiola coming from the Bundesliga to England soon. What does that say about the Premier League?
I don't know, to be honest, because in my case it was I was really, I heard a lot about English football. I watched a lot English football, but I never felt it, and that I want to feel it. To be honest, that was my reason, and I want to do something really different, and in another country. And how I said, well, before I came here, I knew my life plan. Part of my life plan was live and work in England once in my life. I thought about this way. I didn't know that I would become a football manager, so it was long before. So it came together, but I don't know. Pep won everything in Spain, nearly everything in Germany, and so now he will. I think he wants to win everything in England, but that's clear. But I know him, but not good enough to know something about his real targets or his reasons why he's coming here. But the rumor was a little bit longer that something Man City and Pep seem to be good friends or something like this. So now they come together in summer, and so I think it's good for both, of course. But that's all.
Just on the Premier League, you say you watched a lot of football before you came here. In the sort of 4 months you've been here, is there anything apart from the additional games you've had that surprised you about something that you didn't know before?
I don't want to give this answer because it's its next misunderstanding. The wind surprised me. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course, it's very often it's windy in the game and nobody is interested in, but it's a big influence on the game. So I have to say this in Germany or wherever they think that no, it's not the best football what they play in England. You can't. You have to take the circumstances and use it. If you take one German team here and let them play all the time with the wind, let me see. It's really character school, and these players are great in this. No, they train in shirts when it's 500 liter water in a second, and the wind is like this, and then Millie is in a shirt and you think, oh, everything's okay, it's not snowing. So, and that's different. But all the rest is football. But I really feel something like home here, because it's my character too. So I like this. Take the circumstances and do the best you can. But not the rest, the only surprise about the number of games. That's the truth, because you cannot watch all the cups in Germany. Sky does a lot, but not all, and so how I said, nobody knew about rematches and things like this, and now we know, and no problem. Now I'm used to. Next year I know